problem solvers. I like it.
Yeah, thank you for doing this.
Type will be able to see it.
Yep,
So.
cool.
Good to go?
Yep, you're all set.
Okay. Question 1. Tell us about Chrissy as a kid. What were your hobbies and interests? Did you always want to be an entertainer? Chrissy as a kid, I feel like I've always been a big dork. I've always been a weird little dork.
Yeah.
I've always been creative. I loved playing dress up, which definitely still comes out today. A lot of who I am now is like a just older version of me as a kid. I loved Halloween. My mom made me Halloween costumes every year, and I've loved making my own costumes since then. I feel like she made me fall in love. Not make me. My mom inspired me to fall in love with that.
Gotcha.
I always had a dress-up box full of, cast-off items of clothing, and when my friends would come over, we'd all play dress-up together, and I was into theater. I was like a kid of the arts. I liked painting. I liked drawing. So I was a very artistic, creative kid.
Gotcha.
And that's actually one of the things I really love about like my job now is the creativity that I get to bring to it, like camming and making videos and doing cosplay. I still love to make my own outfits.
That's
still
awesome.
love to craft. I loved having fun with scripts and role playing and being different characters. So I'm Chrissy as a kid is like just a even shorter version of me right now.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay.
All right, question 2. Have you always been popular and outgoing? It depends on who you ask. I would say no. No. I feel like weird has just recently become cool, but it didn't used to be. And I loved like the wacky tacky days at school, and I was like a little bit of an oddball, and I never really like felt accepted by one particular group.
Okay.
I had ins with a lot of different people, like I was, in the gifted and talented classes, so I had nerdy friends, and I was in drama, so I had, artistic drama friends.
Okay.
And I was also a cheerleader, so I like knew some of the jocks and stuff, but I was never really all in with any one of those groups.
Gotcha.
So I feel like I've always had a lot of friends, but I've never really felt like I fit into one particular box.
Gotcha.
That's the best way to explain it.
That's a good way.
The popularity thing is still surreal and hard for me to think of, and I always I was never like the homecoming queen, prom queen. I was on the outskirts of that.
Gotcha.
I still kind of feel like that, like in the adult entertainment industry, there's big, huge names and amazing, gorgeous people that do amazing things, and I feel like I'm just like, I still look up to people like, you're so amazing. So,
that is awesome.
I don't know, that's probably more about my personality than anything else.
That is cool. Gotcha. The next question.
Okay, question 3. When did you start to stand out physically because of your amazing look? When I decided to embrace it, honestly. I feel like a lot of people say that to me now, oh, you're so confident, how are you so confident? It's all just faking it till you make it. I don't know. I just decided to come into my own, I guess. My partner helped me a lot with that too. He helped me realize that I had insecurities that I wasn't addressing. If I had moments of jealousy or, do you think she's prettier than I am kind of thing. It was a quote I love is another woman's beauty is not the absence of your own.
Sure.
Other people can be pretty, you can appreciate pretty people without having to compare yourself to them.
That's very true.
So I feel like my confidence and feeling comfortable with my body and wanting to show it off has just come from me deciding to love my body for what it is and not wanting to be taller or skinnier or, I still strive to be in shape and, look as good as I can, but there's more self-love there.
That's
so
awesome.
I feel like that just comes across as, confidence and, if you feel pretty, other people agree with you.
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense.
I feel like that's a lot of it, to be honest. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Question 4. Did you deal with a lot of jealousy and envy from other girls? I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. I'm not a drama type person. I'm not a talk behind your back kind of person. If I don't like you, like, I'm honest about it. But honestly, like, that really doesn't happen.
Good, that's
I like
awesome.
friends. I like getting along with everybody. I don't enjoy drama. I don't understand it. Good communication prevents all of that.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. There's always going to be jealous people out there in the world, but I don't have any conflicts or issues with anybody.
Awesome.
So.
Okay. Good one.
Oh, and I will say, like, that also translates to, I'm part of a cam and porn group called My Perfect Harem, which is one guy and a group of women.
Okay.
And so I share my partner with other women.
Okay.
And I get that question a lot of, like, you know, do you guys get jealous of each other? You know, if he spends more time with one versus another, or kisses one for longer than the other. You know, people always ask that. But it's the same kind of thing. Like, as long as you communicate about it, and if there's any issues, you talk about it. Of like, hey, I noticed this. Did this mean anything? Like, oh no, like that didn't mean anything. Like, you're great. As long as you address it, then all of it goes away. You know, if there's ever some sort of thing that rubs you wrong, usually it's just a miscommunication. So I feel like that prevents jealousy and all that.
That is cool. Great one.
Okay. Question 5. How did you begin your journey into modeling in the adult industry? I actually quit my job to join.
Oh, wow.
It's a fun story. I didn't end up in it. I didn't get stuck here. I was working at like a cubicle type environment. I was working at like a corporate office. I had been promoted a couple times. I had been there for a few years. I was a supervisor. I had a great salary, stable job with bonuses. In all eyes, like I was successful. I was doing well. But I realized I was like bored with my life. I was just going to work every day for a company that didn't give a shit about me personally. I poured a lot into my job, and I worked really hard, and I felt good about it, but I didn't feel like it was really appreciated by anybody. I liked the people that I worked with, but yeah, it wasn't fulfilling for me. And I was like, I don't want to get stuck here. I don't want to end up like old and just stuck in the suburbs, and I didn't like go out and do anything with my life. And so, like, me and my partner at the time, we both had good, great jobs, doing very well financially. But we were both kind of in that, work grind of, like, going to work every day but not really enjoying it. And we started to explore with each other sexually, as we got into a deeper relationship. We explored more. We got into some BDSM stuff. We explored our sexuality together and grew, and, that incorporated porn. And we watched a lot of bad porn. We watch a lot of free porn, and a lot of the stuff that's free isn't like the best porn, honestly. Pay for your porn if you want the good stuff.
I agree.
So we were just getting kind of like bored of like the stuff that we saw, and we were like, oh, we could do this so much better. Like, we have amazing sex. Maybe we should just film ourselves doing it. And he also had the idea for the harem. I've always been bisexual. I love women and men. And you see a lot of like group sex and orgies and things like that, but it's usually like gangbangs. Like, where's the opposite of that? Where's one guy surrounded by all the women? Like, isn't that what a lot of guys want? And it's not out there.
Sign me up.
We were shocked that it wasn't already out there. So those two things kind of just came together, and like we started thinking more and more like, maybe we should just do it then. It's not out there. Let's just do it.
Wow.
So we started researching and found out about camming, how camming is an easy way to get started. And that's how it grew. And, as soon as it got, like, more and more feasible, we were, like, more excited about the idea. I applied for a loan to, like, carry us for the first few months of not having a job, so we could go in all in. And as soon as I got approved, I put in my 2 weeks. And I quit my job for my birthday, and it was the best feeling. And like a week before I left, I like whispered it to a few people, like, I'm quitting porn.
That is
of course, everybody knew about it by the time I left.
That is hilarious.
Business cards on my desk the day I left, like, with my new name and like where to find me.
That is
people
hilarious.
From my old job that are like, I thought you were a hot boss. Like, I love that I can see you naked now.
That is amazing, and I love
so,
that.
yeah, I've been kind of just open and honest about it, and I'm open with my family and my friends, and like it's kind of like coming out as, you know, gay, and you're like, oh, like you know, hopefully I'll still be accepted, and I've been blessed that a lot of my family like has stayed with me, they support me, and I'm out and happy, and I don't feel like I have to hide.
That is great.
So I feel so much more free than I did in my previous life with my regular career job. I'm so much happier doing what I want to do every day.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So, anyways, I know I rambled on that one.
Oh, no, that was good.
It's been a long journey, and it's still going on. So,
That is what's
continuing
up.
the journey in the industry.
Perfect.
All right, let's see. Question 5. Oh, question 6. There we go. Were your close friends and family supportive when you decided to become an adult performer? I just answered that.
Yeah, you did that one.
So,
Okay.
yeah, of course, there was a period of time where I didn't tell anybody about it. I wanted to make sure that it was going to stick. Okay. I didn't want to, you know, come out if I wasn't going to be successful or do it long term anyways. Okay. So I'd say for like the first 6 months to a year, no, probably first 6 months. Okay. I pretended like I was still working at my old job, and like, and then I told my mom I was working from home, but with like the same company. So I kind of kept it under wraps, but it was mostly just because I wasn't sure if it was going to be long term or not. I didn't want to create this big stir, you know, blow everything up if it wasn't going to pan out anyways. So I was like waiting to make sure that it would be successful.
That makes sense.
And then after that, like, yeah, I was very vague with people about like what I did. Like, oh yeah, I'm just working from home, but I got tired of lying to people about it. Sure. I didn't like that feeling. Yeah. So yeah, there came a point where I was like, okay, like, I've been doing it long enough. I'm serious about this. I want to continue doing it. Like, I got to tell my parents. I told my parents, I told my friends, and it was definitely like a tough discussion to have. My parents reacted the exact opposite that I thought they would. Wow. I thought my mom would freak out and my dad would be fine with it. And it was the exact opposite. My mom and I had a long discussion about it, and she asked me, she wanted to ask all the questions. I stopped her. I was like, are you sure you want to know? Like, you can't unknow. Like, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. Yeah. And she was like, no, I'd rather, like, know everything and know that you're being safe and you've thought about it. Sure. So she, like, vetted me out, and we had a long discussion, and I told her, you know, like, how I was being safe and, like, you know, what we were doing as a business, and like, once I answered all of her questions that she had, all of her concerns, she was like, okay, you've clearly thought about it. This isn't a stupid rash decision. She was very logical and like, okay, like, you know, it took her some time to process. It's definitely taken her time to be able to talk about it a bit more. So I still tread that carefully, but my parents know that I'm not like some different person. Sure. I'm the same person. I'm the same girl that they raised me to be. And they're like, as long as you're happy, healthy, and safe, that's all we care about. Sure. So I've been very blessed. I came out to the rest of my family, like my aunts and my uncles know, and, you know, all my friends know. I went to my high school reunion and, like, told everybody about it.
That would be awesome. And
yeah, I've been very, very lucky. Most people do not have that good of an experience with it. So I'm very blessed to have loving people in my life.
Awesome. All right.
What has it been like now that you have a large fan base and people watching and following your every move on social media? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I don't really think about it that much. I feel like I still do the same stuff no matter how many followers I get. Okay. It definitely makes it harder to balance like all of the notifications. I get a lot more messages. I get a lot more emails. So it's a lot more work to keep on top of it all. Yeah. So at some point, I'm gonna like have to get some help with it. That's the biggest thing. Is like just trying to figure out like I enjoy talking with as many people as I can. I try to answer as many messages as I can, but I only have so much time.
Absolutely.
And so I've been working on like trying to like not feel so bad when I can't message every single person. Like I take it kind of personally when I can't. I'm like, I really wish I could talk to you, but I just physically don't have the time. I would be on my phone all day long if I talked to everybody that wanted to. So I've just had to like adapt how I handle those messages and who's priority and who's not, and I just have to be comfortable not being on top of my notifications all the time. You know, I have a time that I log in and I check it and I give it that amount of time and then I move on to something else.
Then you're done.
And I can't just clear them out as they come in. So I guess that's very practical and businessy. But as far as like, you know, fans and followers and things like that, I'm just flattered that I'm like myself and people like it.
Sure.
So
that's awesome.
Makes me happy. I do what I can to just try and spread positivity and make people's day happier with what I put out.
There you go. There you go. All right.
You have the perfect nickname, Best Tits. How did that come about? I put that in my Twitter name because I just won the Inked Award this past weekend for Best Tits.
Congrats.
So not really a nickname.
Congratulations.
Yeah, the Inked Awards were in Edison, New Jersey this past weekend.
Okay.
For those that don't know, the Inked Awards are an adult industry award show for models with tattoos.
Okay.
For guys and girls, all performers, trans BBW, everything. Everybody that has a tattoo can qualify for an Inked Award.
Okay.
So it's just a place to highlight some of the models that might not always be like the first picked, or you know, they might not be in Penthouse, or might not be, you know, like considered mainstream.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are a little bit more alternative. But anyway, so it's for inked performers.
Okay.
And I was up for 2. I was up for Best Hits and Camgirl of the Year.
Congratulations.
And I won Best Hits. And I was shocked because I was up against some amazing boobies and people that have way bigger following than mine.
Really? So
I know it's like a little bit of a funny award, but I'm very flattered and I was shocked.
Yeah, congratulations.
that's where the best hits come from. So I'm just going to embrace that for a little while and like use it as an excuse to show them off.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
I like being naked. What's a typical work week like for you with your camming and shoots? Very busy. I feel like my schedule just gets written organically by whatever gets scheduled.
Okay.
Let's see. So, like, I do photo shoots. So, photo shoots will be, like, out on location and, you know, be a certain amount of day. So, so I do modeling, so I do photo shoots. I do Snapchat takeovers,
Okay.
Which is when I take over someone else's account and I Snapchat all day long and kind of promote myself.
Okay.
I do private shows, and sometimes people schedule those with me.
Okay.
I go to events, you know, throughout the year. You know, every like a couple months or so, I go to expos or award shows or industry events. But yeah, so like a regular week for me, I have like my phone calendar where I just block everything out, and I just try to like keep it balanced. You know, I don't want to fit everything in one day.
Gotcha.
And I work everything around that. I recently switched for solo shows, I switched from one campsite to another. That's a little bit more, I do a little bit more like private shows now.
Okay.
It's more one-on-one, and it's less of like a long show, like public show.
Sure.
And it's been a lot easier for me to fit that in around whatever else I have going on.
Okay.
So that's usually how my day goes, you know, like if I have a photo shoot in the morning, then I have all night that I can do Snapchat stuff and cam, and I'm multitasking all the time. I post on my premium Snapchat every single day. Okay. And that'll just be around whatever it is I'm doing. So if I'm going to a photo shoot, they get behind the scenes and me flashing and dancing in between. If I'm just home and I'm camming all day, then I snap in the shower while I'm sudsing up. And then I snap before my show. I give them some teases in between private shows. Sometimes they get little peeks of private shows. So I do a lot of multitasking and trying to figure out how I can get the most out of each day.
Absolutely.
Even when I'm camming, I'm like, can I record this and use it and post it later for sale? Or, if I'm doing something, I'm like, is this interesting for Snapchat? Can I post this on Instagram? Yeah. So I'm always thinking about, whatever I'm doing today, how can I get the most out of it? So I'd say, that's the easiest way to think about, what a normal day or normal week, looks like for me.
All right, cool. I love it. Okay.
All right. What does Chrissy do to unwind and relax in her free time? I rarely take any for myself. I'm trying to get better at that, though.
Yeah.
Hobbies, I like to work out. I like to cook. I like to bake. I like to bake, like, desserts are my specialty.
Okay.
I'll even do baking cam shows sometimes, and I've baked goodies for fans that I, like, mail out, like fresh baked cookies and stuff. I mentioned before, I like cosplay, so I like making costumes and doing photo sets.
Sure.
I want to expand on that. I'm about to move to Las Vegas, and I can't wait to set up the new house to have a bit more of, like, a studio type space that I can do backdrops and more professional, like, a better setting than just my bed every day. What else? I like to read. I like the sun. I love the sun. My dad's a sailor, so in the summer I like to go out on the boat, get some sun, have a nice tropical rum drink. I love the beach. I love the pool. Just sun on my face makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the big ones.
Okay.
Cuddling. I like cuddles.
That's awesome.
I like cuddles in my time off, too.
Alright.
Let's see. Okay, rapid fire. Let's see. Okay, first reaction to questions. I haven't read these yet. I saved them, so we're good.
That's fine.
What's been your best sexual experience on or off camera? Okay, first thing that came to mind was when my partner and I were starting to explore like more rough sex, more kinky sex.
Yeah.
We were exploring dom sub roles. So he was my dom, I was a submissive, or am. He's my dom, I'm a submissive. And so we were enjoying kind of testing that out and following directions, and very fun period of our relationship, like just getting into that.
Sure.
And there was a particularly hot sex session where he was fucking me doggy style.
Yeah.
And he grabbed out his belt and he put it in my mouth.
Oh, wow.
And he like had the belt in my mouth, like holding it behind me as he was fucking me, and it was just like he didn't ask, he just did it, and it was like the hottest thing ever.
Wow. I gotta try that one.
We had like, we talked about everything, we had signals and we have like safe words, so.
Sure, there you go.
It was all amazing, but I just remember it being like so hot for some reason.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some excitement to learning and trying something new, and I think that was a big part of like why that was so hot. So I've definitely done like crazier sessions and things like that, but that's the one that sticks out in my mind is like particularly amazing.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, my favorite perfume. Oh, I feel like that's like a woman's secret to ask her perfume.
Popular.
I will say that my trick is to not have a single scent.
Okay.
One thing that I heard once that I really liked was you want to be remembered for smelling good, not for smelling like something specific. If you always have the same one on, other people can buy that and still smell the same as you.
That's a good.
But if you kind of mix them, depending on your moods and things, then you always smell good. You don't smell like a particular kind of thing.
That makes sense.
So I have about like 10 different kinds that I rotate, like kind of depending on my mood. I have like a spicier one and like a more woodsy one. I have one for like special occasions.
Yeah.
So I like to mix and match mine like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Do you own more shoes or purses? Shoes. Shoes. I am a shoe girl.
Okay.
I know that I have over 70 pairs of heels.
Wow.
That's probably more now. So I would easily say that I have over 100 pairs of shoes.
Wow.
And I'm about to move cross country, so I'm going to have to pack up all of those shoes.
Oh, man.
Boxes and boxes and boxes of shoes. I'm 4'11", so I've always had a fascination with heels. I've always loved heels.
Yeah.
Everybody loves how short I am whenever I go to expos. But I love wearing heels and how I feel in them. They make me feel so sexy.
Sure.
And there's so many fun pairs of heels. I have ones with spikes on them and all different colors and all different styles and boots, and I like shoes.
Perfect.
Favorite city to visit? Ooh, one I haven't been to yet.
Okay.
Small cities. I like small towns where you can like meet the locals and get a good feel for culture.
Yep.
Those are the places I like to visit.
Okay.
So when I go on trips, especially international trips, I don't like to stay in like the hub city. I like to kind of get out to one of the outskirts. Those are my favorite cities to visit.
Okay.
If I could do a sex scene with any mainstream celebrity, who would I pick? Oh, crap. That's difficult. Okay. I feel like I'm so bad. I don't know a lot of like actor and actress names.
Okay.
So I'm trying to like think through like faces,
Sure.
but I won't be able to have a name for you.
Yeah.
I will say that the redhead secretary from Mad Men is just goals for me.
Yes.
She's gorgeous.
Yes, that is a perfect one.
Beautiful woman with curves.
Yeah.
I like booty. I like tits. I'm curvy and I like curvy.
Yeah.
So I think that's my go-to answer.
All right.
Okay. And then finally, all my stuff. So the easiest place to go to get all my stuff is allmylinks.com/Chrissy LeBlanc. That has everything on it. It has all my social media. It has my clip sites, how to get my premium Snapchat. Everything is there. So I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Snapchat. I have a premium Snapchat where I post nude hot stuff every day. I have my own website where you can get all my videos and photos.
Okay.
I'm everywhere.
Thank you so much.
Place to go to get all my stuff.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, please follow me.
I appreciate it. You were awesome.
Thank you so much for the interview.
You were so awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Chrissy LeBlanc, she is awesome. You guys check her out. Check us out as well, man. We got a lot of cool interviews. What a cool, down-to-earth girl. So humble. We apologize for the technical difficulties there. We had some audio problems there, but she worked through that like a pro, like a champ. I made it all work. So follow her on all her social media. Follow us as well. Jeff Richardson. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have the Facebook page, Keeping It Real with Jeff Richardson. Go on there, like the page, show love. If you like what you see, spread the word. If you are an adult star or anybody else that's got a big following, and you want to come on here and show love, make sure you do that. Positive people doing positive things, and we are out.